Most riders check their oil. Many check their chain. Some check their tire pressure. But coolant, the fluid quietly circulating through your engine right now, keeping it alive, gets ignored by the vast majority of motorcycle owners until something goes catastrophically wrong. And here's what makes this neglect so dangerous. Coolant doesn't stop working suddenly. It degrades gradually. It looks fine in the reservoir. The bike runs normally. Temperature gauge reads normal. Everything appears fine right up until the point where it isn't, and by then, the damage happening inside your engine has been building for years. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what happens inside your engine when coolant is never changed, why it happens, and exactly what to do about it. What we cover at Stage 3 surprises most riders because it has nothing to do with overheating directly, and Stage 4 is the damage that no service can reverse once it's established. Let's get into it. What coolant actually does and why it degrades. Before the consequences, you need to understand what coolant is actually doing inside your engine, because most riders think it's just water that stops the engine from overheating. It's significantly more than that. Fresh coolant contains four things simultaneously: a base fluid, usually ethylene glycol, that transfers heat efficiently, corrosion inhibitors that protect aluminum, steel, copper, and rubber components from chemical attack, a pH buffer that keeps the fluid from becoming acidic, and a boiling point elevator and freeze point depressant that keeps the fluid liquid across extreme temperature ranges. Every single one of these properties degrades over time. The corrosion inhibitors get used up protecting metal surfaces, the pH buffer depletes, and the fluid becomes increasingly acidic. The heat transfer efficiency drops as the fluid breaks down chemically. Fresh coolant is an active protection system. Old, depleted coolant is a corrosive liquid circulating through the most critical components in your engine. Stage 1. Corrosion inhibitors deplete. This is where the damage begins, and it begins invisibly long before any symptom appears. Your cooling system contains multiple metals: aluminum in the cylinder head and engine cases, steel in the water pump shaft and various fasteners, copper or brass in some radiator constructions. These metals have different electrochemical properties. When they're submerged in the same fluid, they create a galvanic reaction, essentially a weak electrical current that causes one metal to corrode at the expense of another. Fresh coolant's corrosion inhibitors interrupt this reaction. They form a protective barrier on metal surfaces and neutralize the electrochemical process. As long as the inhibitors are active, your cooling system metals are protected. When the inhibitors deplete, which happens over approximately 2 years of heat cycling regardless of mileage, the galvanic corrosion begins. Small metal particles begin breaking away from cooling system surfaces. Your aluminum engine cases begin pitting microscopically. The water pump impeller begins corroding, and all of those metal particles enter the coolant stream and begin circulating through every narrow passage in your cooling system. 2 years of riding on depleted coolant produces visible evidence. Pull the radiator cap on an old system, and the coolant is often brown, murky, or has visible particles suspended in it. That discoloration is your cooling system corroding from the inside. Stage 2. Coolant becomes acidic. As the pH buffer depletes, the coolant transitions from neutral or slightly alkaline to increasingly acidic, and acidic coolant attacks metal surfaces directly rather than protecting them. Aluminum is particularly vulnerable to acid attack. Your cylinder head, the component that seals combustion, houses the valves, and contains the coolant passages closest to the combustion chamber, is aluminum. Acidic coolant circulating through the head passages causes surface pitting and corrosion that gradually degrades the sealing surfaces around the head gasket. A head gasket relies on perfectly flat, smooth mating surfaces on both the cylinder head and the engine block to seal correctly under the enormous pressure and temperature fluctuations of combustion. Corroded, pitted surfaces don't seal as effectively. Head gasket integrity begins compromising, not suddenly, but progressively, with every heat cycle on acidic coolant. This is the connection most riders never make. A blown head gasket on a high-mileage motorcycle is often blamed on age or heat stress. In many cases, the actual cause is years of acidic coolant corroding the sealing surfaces until the gasket could no longer do its job. Stage 3. Water pump seal and bearing failure. This is the one that surprises most riders because water pump failure feels like a mechanical problem separate from coolant maintenance. It isn't. Your water pump has two vulnerable components: the seal that prevents coolant from entering the bearing cavity and the bearing itself that supports the pump shaft and impeller. Degraded coolant accelerates the failure of both. The corrosive acidic fluid attacks the pump seal material, causing it to harden, shrink, and lose its ability to keep coolant contained. Simultaneously, metal particles in circulation from the corroded cooling system enter the bearing and act as abrasive contamination, accelerating bearing wear in the same way grit accelerates chain wear. The first sign of water pump seal failure is coolant dripping from the weep hole, a small indicator hole on the pump body designed to signal internal seal failure. Most riders who see this drip think their water pump has simply worn out mechanically. What's actually happened is that years of degraded coolant have chemically and mechanically destroyed the seal ahead of its designed service life. A water pump replacement on a motorcycle that's had regular coolant changes lasts the designed lifespan. On a motorcycle that's never had its coolant changed, it fails early, and if the weep hole signal is ignored, the complete seal failure that follows causes sudden coolant loss and the overheating seizure that comes with it. Stage 4. Passage blockage and restricted flow. This is the damage that no service can reverse once it's established, and it's the end state of a cooling system that's been neglected long enough. The metal corrosion particles, the scale deposits from mineral-rich water used as a coolant top-up, and the breakdown products of severely degraded coolant accumulate in the narrowest passages of the cooling system over years. The radiator's small internal tubes, the passages inside the cylinder head, the narrow channels around the cylinder bore where coolant flow is critical for preventing hot spots. As these passages narrow from deposit accumulation, coolant flow rate decreases. The engine begins developing thermal hotspots, areas where heat cannot be removed efficiently because coolant flow is restricted. These hotspots cause localized overheating that the temperature gauge doesn't fully capture because the sensor measures average coolant temperature, not localized hotspots in specific passages. Localized overheating accelerates gasket failure, causes valve seat distortion in the cylinder head, and in severe cases warps the cylinder head itself, a component that costs more to replace than most riders want to calculate. A badly scaled and blocked cooling system cannot be fully restored by a coolant flush alone. The deposits are bonded to metal surfaces. Chemical descaling treatments help, but cannot remove heavy accumulation completely. The damage to flow efficiency is permanent. Prevention, regular coolant changes before deposits establish, is the only complete solution. What the correct maintenance looks like. Your coolant should be changed every 2 years regardless of mileage. Not when it looks brown, not when overheating starts, every 2 years while it still looks fine, because the inhibitors deplete on a time and heat cycle schedule that has nothing to do with visual appearance. When changing coolant, use the type specified in your owner's manual. Different formulations exist for different metals, and mixing them reduces protection rather than combining it. Use distilled water for dilution rather than tap water. Mineral content in tap water contributes directly to the scale deposits we covered in Stage 4. Flush the system completely rather than just draining and refilling. Run clean distilled water through the system to remove as much of the old fluid and accumulated particles as possible before introducing fresh coolant. Here's the reality. Coolant is the most neglected fluid on most motorcycles. It sits in a reservoir looking fine for years while its protective properties disappear completely and its chemistry turns from protective to corrosive. Subscribe for more real motorcycle knowledge. See you in the next one.